Labour has many problems, but today's NEC shows they're not prepared to address any of them. What we have is a policy vacuum. Nothing on halting NHS privatisation, nothing on ending academisation, nothing on the assault on academic freedom, Me Too on COVID. Attacking the Labour left does not address any of the fundamental problems of the Labour Party. Constituency Labour parties up and down the country are being rigged. We're having corrupt elections for conference party delegates so they can pack conference, so they can ram through anti-democratic policies, anti-democratic rules to stop the left having a voice in our party.
It's rather ironic now that Starmer is now proposing to automatically expel, without any hearing, without any due process, without any right of appeal, a few thousand Labour Party members simply because they were standing in solidarity with those who were previously unfairly suspended and expelled. I have no doubt that other groups will be added to this list of proscribed organisations very soon. This is just the first round. We have branches being suspended for simply discussing the question of free speech, the EHRC report, the suspension of Jeremy Corbyn. That gets you suspended these days. It's an outrage. False charges of anti-Semitism have been used to prevent any discussion or expression of solidarity with the Palestinians.
The question I ask myself today is, would Nelson Mandela be expelled or suspended from the Labour Party for expressing the view he did after 27 years in jail? Our freedom is incomplete without the freedom of the Palestinian people. Would Nelson Mandela be suspended or expelled from the Labour Party for supporting BDS? The very strategy that was absolutely crucial in bringing an end to apartheid in South Africa. I struggle when I see many of us, regardless of our personal histories, regardless of our actual views, labelled by people on the right as anti-Semites. I have lectured at Auschwitz on behalf of the Auschwitz Institute. Auschwitz is where dozens of my mother's family were murdered. But people in the Labour Party call me an anti-Semite.
I am the chair of West Ham CLP. Well, I am currently, and maybe not for much longer, because our CLP was suspended on the 12th of March along with East Ham, our sister CLP. But what we're going to do in Newham, as the best activists that can mobilise hundreds of people, is we are not giving up. We are the Labour Party. We are the Socialists. So we have Newham Socialist Labour.
My dad was a Labour MP, Sidney Silverman, who in his time was also had the whip withdrawn from him. He would have been here today with us. We say to the Socialist campaign group, now is the time to stand alongside those people. We stood by you, you stand by us too. In Newham, 5,000 party members have been disenfranchised at a stroke, and nationally countless tens of thousands of party loyalists are expelled, suspended or put under special measures. Hundreds of thousands more have left in disgust. And yet the Labour Party is throwing open its doors to people like Trevor Phillips, previously accused of Islamophobia, and reinstating into positions of authority people like the twice-sacked Blairite Minister Mandelson and Alistair Campbell, who voted Liberal Democrats at the last general election.
I was the first Jewish person to be expelled from the Labour Party, but I wasn't the last Jewish person to be expelled from the Labour Party, and that is really what the anti-Semitism witch hunt is about. It's about Israel, it's about Zionism, it's about apartheid, it's not about anti-Semitism. Because of course, if it was against anti-Semitism, where is he? The fallen man, Keir Starmer. He's a QC, he's a lawyer, but he's also a liar. He said he stood as the unity candidate. Well, this is no unity. He said he stood on Corbyn's programme. He didn't do that at all. He's a man who got to power through lies. And when we see it, he's unable to lay a glove on Boris Johnson, despite the fact we've had 150,000 people die. Keir, you are utterly useless, and it's time you went. We are going to fight and fight again to keep the Labour Party on a socialist path and drive out the right. And I mean, we need to drive out the right. No time for gentler politics. The only thing they understand is what they've attempted to do to us.
We're socialists, and the Labour Party doesn't like it. As long as the trade unions are affiliated to Labour, it is our party. It is not the party of people who do glamour shots for Murdoch's Times. It's ours.
And in the case of Socialist appeal, we took the Labour Party to court, and the party lawyers said, after squirming around trying to find a reason why we had to be excluded, they said the only reason we were being excluded was because of the crime of supporting socialism. We were guilty of being socialist. Well, if I'm guilty of that crime, I confess to that. The right wing accuse us of being organised. They accuse us of being entryists. They accuse us of being a party within a party. But aren't factions like Progress and Labour First also organised? Don't they have influence and funding from outside interests, namely that of big business? Aren't they the entryists on behalf of the Tories and the establishment? Aren't they a party within a party? They are the Tory party in our party.
I'm Glyn, Secker, Secretary of Jewish Voice for Labour, and really proud to better read out a statement by our friend and comrade Ken Loach. He says, "I'm sorry not to be with you today. The destruction of democracy in the Labour Party is shameful. Local parties are closed down, their offices replaced or suspended, meetings cancelled, all with little regard to the rule book. Good people are being forced out, some made ill with the pressure. The most principled activists are leaving in tens of thousands. And all this takes place without a word from the mass media. Why? Because Starmer is their man. They know he will change little or nothing. He makes a small debating point, big on the big principles, ending privatisation, rights at work, protecting the environment, a foreign policy based on human rights, international law, all of that, he is silent. He wants a smaller party with no troublesome activists. This attack on party democracy is driven by a determination to appease the power of the establishment. It's a return to the opportunism and support for corporate power of the Blair years. But Starmer, feeble and unimpressive, is no Blair. The Labour Party is one areas of struggle alongside grassroots campaigns and trade unions. The right wing operate in the shadows, but we need to keep telling the truth about what is happening. It is our strongest weapon. Solidarity from Ken Loach.